The third leg of the Texas triple header brings us to Texas Motor Speedway here for the Castrol GTX Cup Series. It's stop number 6. It's the running of the Samsung Mobile 500. And you want Texas racing action, you got it. On the pole, the defending champion of this race, it's Keith Batson in car number 28. Pole speed of 191 miles an hour. Beside him, it's the 42 of Johnny Gardner. Row number 2 has Ryan Cooper and the 19 of Drew Austin. Row number 3, Adrian Becker and Tommy Hernick. He's had a terrific start to the season, I should say, too. Jack Richards and Ann Batson have row number 4. Row number 5 has Rohit Baderview, the Vegas winner. And beside him, Kyle Matthews. And here comes the command to fire them up here at Texas.
Drivers, start your engines!
Man, giving the fire the engines. Row number 6 of the race has Jeremy Doobie in the 68 car and the 52 of Daniel Day. Then row number 7 has the 22 of Jeremy Mayer, and beside him, Pichu London in the 12, a pair of Buicks. Then it's Nick Baxter in the 2 car and the 43 of Jake Williams, driving the Richard Petty colors. Seem to like the spectator view a lot here at Texas Motor Speedway, and we're going to use it again for the start of the Castrol GTX Cup Series event. It's the Samsung Mobile 500 about to get underway as the green flag about to fly out. And here we go. We're racing at Texas. "34 laps around this racetrack." That's the distance. That's the schedule on the agenda. And it's Keith Batson jumping out in front. In the second, now goes to the 24 of Ryan Cooper with the help of Adrian Becker. Cooper trying for the first lap lead. He's going to shove Keith up high going into turn number 3. And Cooper's going to take the lead in number 24 Jeff Gordon colors. And he will lead the first lap here at Texas. In the second, now goes Adrian Becker in the number 11. 3 wide already for the number 3 position now, as Jack Richards makes it 3 wide now for the lead. I'd say Jack Richards ain't afraid to stick his nose in that 4 to the inside now, and neither is Jeremy Doobie in the 68. Now these Aero 88 cars so far this season have given us some tremendous racing, and they're showing us the stuff at Texas for sure. Up high now goes Doobie, Jeremy Mayer, and Nick Baxter makes it 3 wide now for the lead, with Nick Baxter having the preferred groove to the inside now, and he's going to bring the 83 of Ty Sheets as he now tries to find his way into second place now. Whew. Door handle to door handle over 190 miles per hour here at Texas. We saw basically the same action in the trucks and nationwide. And here comes Ty Sheets in the 83 to the inside for the lead. And he's gonna bring the 43 of Jake Williams with him in the Richard Petty colors. Oldsmobile up front and a Pontiac in second. But now Williams diving inside for the lead. That's an 87 Pontiac he's driving. Jake Williams is. And he led the last time by. Cameron Gilson, car number 1 now for the lead, and he's got Wes Riddle in tow in the 66 car. 8 car Cody Lamas is right there. 20 of Dalton Day. Nicole Williams, she's been one of the ones to watch this season. I keep bragging about her. I'm not sure why, but a lot of the rookies have been, though, so far. Not just Nicole, but a lot of the first timers in this series have been the ones to watch this season. That's because there's a lot of rookies, I should say, in this series. But Nicole's certainly one of the most impressive, and so has it been about everybody else who's in their first time in this series. Dalton Day, though, is not a first-timer. He's in the lead here at Texas, but only briefly, because here comes Pichu London with the help of Bobby Ogo, another rookie in the 33 Skull Bandit Chevrolet. keep making daring 3-wide moves. I keep thinking they're going to go 4-wide here for a few times. Now here comes Austin Ogo in the 30. Going inside. And he brings the 4 of Samuel Ogo with him. And Samuel now has Charles Sanford in tow in the 75. And I heard wall scraping going on. Thought we heard a crash going on, but apparently there wasn't. Now Samuel Ogo has the lead, or did he lead the lap? No, he does not. Charles Sanford led the lap in the Valvoline colors. Now Daniel Day and Tommy Hernick makes a hook up to the inside now. Day in the 52 and Hernick in the 7. And he brings Mike Becker in the 15 and 26 of Joshua Osborne with him. Becker in the red and white Ford and Osborne in a green and white Buick. And Charles Jackson shoves Osborne up high. And Tanner Doobie, I thought, almost made it 4-wide between he and Charles Jackson and Joshua Osborne. And it looked like the 52 of Daniel Day. And now Charles Jackson, number 5, has the lead now. Or tries for lead as Mike Becker has it. And he did lead the lap now over Jackson. But now here comes Tanner Doobie. That's Charles' teammate for Hendrick Motorsports in the 25. Both with Hendrick horsepower under the hood. We know how bad a day they had at Michigan just not long ago, but Jacob Lawler in 94 has been another impressive runner. And in fact, he's a regular in the Mountain Dew Racing Series and Mopar Nationwide Series. He's a regular in those 2 series. And Lawler showing his stuff here in the Castrol GTX Cup Series, not just in the Castrol GTX Cup Series, but also in the Castrol Edge Nationwide Series and the Traxxas Truck Series so far. He has shown his stuff, and so far so good for Lawler. Now here comes Ryan Cooper with the help of the 21 of Jeff James. Chevrolet versus Ford with a Chevy right behind in third. Now Pontiac joins the fray with Johnny Gardner in the 42, our outside pole sitter. And Dylan Poteet in the 17, our winner at Rockingham. Now I talked about the Mopar Nationwide Series and the Mountain Dew Racing Series. That's the man who runs those 2 series, Dylan Poteet. And running right now in 3rd spot here, and right behind his good buddy Charles Jackson in the 5. Oh, problems! Big problems on the front stretch. Tanner Doobie's crashed. Joshua Osborne. Mike Becker spun. Doesn't look like any damage to his car. Several cars wall scraping. Charles Sanford's around. Whoa! Mike Becker almost ran into Kyle Matthews in the 29. Jeremy Doobie looked like he was in a crash. Damage on Osborne. Boy, heavy damage on the back end of Osborne's car. Creased in and hood crumpled everything. Same story with Luke Walker, except the back end's all damaged on his machine. Ty Sheets and Tommy Hernick, I thought it was going to rear end Ty Sheets in the 83. Whew. And what, Joshua Osborne, did he just nail Luke Walker on the back end? Well, several cars coming awful close to do so here. I thought they were going to have an accordion effect here under yellow. And Stephen Pollard kissing the rear ends of both Osborne and Evan Jones. Pollard doesn't look like he's very... Stephen Pollard doesn't look like he's very happy with Joshua Osborne at all. Or Evan Jones. He was leaning more towards Osborne than 26. I think he was. Pollard, anyway, the hood all crumpled on the 70 car they took from Zed Weinstein. But well, let's look again as to what happened in replay here. And they were 3-way. We're just talking about the bunch of 3-way. Jacob Lawler got put in the wall by Luke Walker. Joshua Osborne hard in the rear end. He goes in the hard in the wall, and he goes. Tanner Doobie and Mike Becker around. Boy, Jeremy Doobie, he got turned up on 2 wheels, and Stephen Pollard looked like Stephen Pollard almost spun Nicole Williams out. I want to look at Jeremy Doobie. I mean, this is crazy ride he went to. Keep your eye on the 68 car. Well, first keep your eye on the 14 and the 94. Super slow-mo. And now keep your eye on the 68 of Jeremy Doobie. He's spinning around right there. There's a little smoke coming out of the cockpit of Doobie's car. He comes back, he pancakes the wall on the passenger side. There's where Osborne hard in the rear end he goes in the 26. Hard in the wall he goes in the back end. Nicole Williams, she turned Doobie around. A little damage on Nicole's car. And Stephen Pollard, yeah, he jacked up Jeremy on this one. He didn't flip him over, but he come awful close. Evan Jones nails him. Let's ride with Jeremy Doobie on the 68 car. So Doobie still in the race, so he's a lap down now. And just in time, we're about to go back to green flag racing here on lap number 8:19. It's Dylan Poteet who leads the race right now. Adrian Becker runs second. Third is Charles Jackson. So 3 Chevrolets in the top 3 spots. And the leading Ford is Jeff James in the 21 with Keith Batson right behind. Jake Williams in 6th position, the leading Pontiac in the field. Lap cars sometimes give the leaders trouble, so we'll see what happens. Not Dylan Poteet. Dylan took off like John Force in that start. And he gets a whale of a jump on Adrian Becker, although Becker and Charles Jackson hooking up in a draft to try to draft up to Dylan's car. 3 Monte Carlos in the top 3 spots here. Dylan's an 88 model. So is Adrian Becker's. Hers is also an 88. And Charles Jackson's is an 87. And Jackson racing with his good buddy Dylan Poteet for the lead here is going into turn number 1. It's Jackson now out in front, and Charles Jackson still looking for his first ever Castrol GTX Cup Series victory. He's got several in the nationwide side. And now Keith Batson, our defending race winner, going for the lead, and he's got Jake Williams in tow in the 43, and alongside the 42 of Charles Jackson, Charles Jackson's actually in the 5, 42 of Johnny Gardner, excuse me. And Bobby Yogo. Problems apparently, definitely problems with the Luke Walker car. He's slow on the track. No yellow, and now Jake Williams has the lead now in the 43 car. Johnny Gardner right behind the 42 runs in 2nd position here. Charles Jackson in 3rd. And there comes Johnny Gardner inside for the lead, and he's going to get it in turn number 1. Yes, he's got it. Charles Jackson right behind. Adrian Becker in the 11. Kevin White in the 18. We haven't talked much about him today. He's up in the top 5. And had that spot taken away from him by Ryan Cooper in the 24. and Adrian Becker in the 11. And now here comes Charles Jackson for the lead in the 5, and he will lead the lap. 22 laps down, 12 to go in this 34-lap race. That is the Samsung Mobile 500. Adrian Becker diving for the lead, and he's got it. Here comes Ryan Cooper. He's going to make it 3 wide on the inside. No, he does not. But Cooper's hanging on the back bumper of Becker, and he moves Becker up the track now. And here comes Cooper for the lead, and he's going to get it in turn number 1. Yes, he does. Even though Adrian Becker led the lap, but now the 14. Oh, the 14 of Luke Walker. He's held him up. And Adrian Becker now has a giant lead now. Dylan Poteet. And Poteet now is in second position. He's got quite a ways now to catch Adrian Becker in the 11. But let's remember, you're slower by yourself though, as if you are in the draft. So Becker could be a sitting duck. Just because you're out in front and all alone does not mean you're a faster car out there. And I could just hear, and I'm sure she's hearing Dylan Poteet, Johnny Gardner, and Jake Williams all right behind. And in fact, they are closing in. Keith Batson joins the fray in the 28 as well, looking for a second Texas win in a row. Look who's behind Keith, though. It's the 3 of Ann Batson, his wife, in the Dale Earnhardt colors. And she's wanting a win very bad. Wes Riddle joins the fray to 66. And in fact, Becker, who led the last 2 laps of the race, though, now she has got company. Jake Williams right up on her back bumper in that 43 car. Keith Batson, he's now dives inside. And had the notion to go with Keith, but dumps him and now has Wes Riddle right behind him. Becker led another lap in the 11, but now the 43 of Jake Williams, he's right behind. He's right there. 7 laps to go. Keith Batson joins the fray. And Batson's going to shove Jake Williams in the 43. But now more lap traffic to bear because the 9 of Evan Jones, he's... here we go. And Jake Williams, he's gonna be the one that's gonna jump out, and Adrian Becker's not gonna be the one who... Adrian Becker, who ironically enough was the benefactor of the last lap car, now gets held up by this one. How ironic. And now it's Jake Williams, Keith Batson, Dylan Poteet, Johnny Gardner, and Ryan Cooper now the top 5. And now Jeremy Doobie's now going to cause some more trouble now. What, lap traffic's just causing trouble and not making friends, that's for sure. And Johnny Gardner dives inside. He's going to get Charles Jackson. Oh, 3 wide. And now Luke Walker in the 14. He's back. Oh, Johnny Gardner's around. Oh, Ty Sheets getting hit. Jacob Lawler's crashed. And Batson's in it. Ty Sheets, hard crash. Jeremy Mayer. Samuel Ogo, Drew Austin, Jake Williams wins the race back to the start-finish line. Oh boy. Whew. And all those cars that got through, Jeremy Doobie, he's crashed. Jeff James. There's going to be some mad people here at Texas And they say everything's bigger in Texas, but this is ridiculous. Well, no time like the present to see what happened in replay. Johnny Gardner, he got tapped from behind in the 42. And I have a hunch it was Charles Jackson. See, there's lap cars always lap cars kept holding everybody up. Charles Jackson and Adrian Becker make contact. And Johnny Gardner squeezes Keith Batson in. Evan Jones got hit. So did Austin Ogo. Oh, and there's where Ty Sheets got a big hit from Drew Austin. He got stuck behind Jeremy Doobie in the 68. And the hit's going to come right about now. Ugh. And he lifts Ty up on two wheels. Nick Baxter got crashed in the end. So did Kyle Matthews in the 29. Dalton Day, I don't know if he's got any damage or not. Nicole Williams, she almost got into her second crash of the day, almost. Ooh, Jacob Lawler smoking really bad at 94. Samuel Ogo got turned. What? Cody Lamas and Jeff James kind of leaning on each other a little bit. And there's where the leaders all zip by without any trouble. Although I did thought, though, when they zipped right by, I thought we was going to have a bigger crash than I thought, but the yellow and white flags are out, so we will not get the race restarted, and the Samsung Mobile 500 will end under yellow. So for the first time in the Castrol GTX Cup Series, we have a winner for the first time ever, I should say. It is Jake Williams getting his first ever Castrol GTX Cup Series victory in the King Richard Petty colors as he brings the famous 43 to victory lane. But I tell you what, though, all those guys, they're not going to be happy with lap traffic today. They're not going to be happy with some of those drivers like Evan Jones, especially not Luke Walker in the 14 who caused that big one in coming out of turn number 4. But Jake Williams takes the win here today. Ryan Cooper's going to end up second. Rohit Vadervee is going to end up third. And I believe Don Poteet is going to end up fourth. But the day's all about Jake Williams, car number 43, the STP Pontiac. As at about 55 miles an hour, he'll come across the start-finish line to win the Samsung Mobile 500. There it is. Jake Williams takes the win here today. Ryan Cooper's going to come home second. Third was Rohit Vadervee. Fourth, Dylan Poteet. Fifth was Adrian Becker. Sixth, Kevin White. Seventh, Tanner Doobie. Daniel Day, eighth. Ninth, Wes Riddle. And 10th position was Charles Jackson. Sorry. Average speed of race 133, 840, 835. And there's the finishing order here today. Jake Williams takes the win here today. Second, Ryan Cooper. We already gave you the top 10 in this race. 11th was Tommy Hernick. 12th, Kyle Austin. 13th, Mike Becker. Johnny Gardner, in spite getting crashed, 14th and 15th was Keith Batson. And Batson 16th. 17th was Jeremy Mayer. Cody Lamas 18th. Charles Sanford 19th. And Pichu London comes home in 20th spot. And there's the rest of the order right here. A lot of drivers not having good days. Dalton Day, 23rd. Nicole Williams, 24th. She was the points leader, I think, coming in. I'm not sure. Jack Richards, 25th. Stephen Pollard III in the 70. His first round of that car, 26th. Kyle Matthews, 28th. Jeremy Doobie, 30th in his field. And cars out of the race. Ty Sheets because of a fuel leak. He's out of the race. Drew Austin because of a piston problem. Austin Ogo and Jeff James and Jacob Lauer because of crashes. Luke Walker because of a clutch problem. Evan Jones and Joshua Osborne dead last, all because of a crash. But a big win for Jake Williams, car number 43, as the Williams team has now got 2 victories in the season, or 3 victories actually, excuse me. Nicole has got 2 and Jake's got 1. And look at the lead. Rohit Baderview has 114 points on Nicole Williams now for the late in the points chase. Dylan Poteet 3rd, 4th Dalton Day, 5th is Austin Ogo, Cody Lamas, Jeremy Mayer, Cameron Gilson, Tanner Doobie, and Tommy Hernick the top 10. Johnny Gardner currently 20th in the points chase right now. And all the way down to the last place, Stephen Pollard, of course, with his only start of the season. The original driver of 70, Zed Weinstein, has made 5 starts. He'll end up with 5 starts, 1 top 5, and 2 top 10s. Anyway. But 6 races down on the tour. Next stop, start number 7, will be the Goodies from Fast Finger Leaf 500 from Martinsville, Virginia. Don't miss it.